I'm disgusted.
This may be one of the things I might just rip off somebody's head.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even want to open it.
Like, why can't you just be a cat?
It seems pretty clear. White people shouldn't dress up as black people, and you shouldn't masquerade as a race or ethnicity that's not your own. But every year, politicians and celebrities still get it wrong.
As long as it was respectful and part of a Halloween costume, it seemed okay. Well, I was wrong, and I am sorry.
The thing is, there actually are some gray areas. What if you wear a mask? What if you dress as a public figure whom you admire? So we brought together 6 people of color to discuss how they feel when they see someone pretending to be their race or ethnicity on Halloween. And we got a whole lot of costumes for them to review.
This includes a sombrero, a mustache, poncho, and pants with
An attached donkey. Everything about it is offensive.
This leg that doesn't have a shoe. And these pants that are ripped, I mean, they're supposed to signify and show that the person might be working class. It leads back to not seeing Mexicans as actual human beings or people with dignity. So, of course, let's make fun of them. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God, I can't believe
Is this
somebody.
triggering to see?
It is, very, as a matter of fact.
This is not something that you guys wear in your culture?
No, so like, it's supposed to be based on like a traditional Chinese dress where it's not supposed to reveal your breast over here and not supposed to be this short.
I do not think this is appropriate to wear on Halloween.
It reminds me of like old depictions of Asian women that were called like dragon ladies in American film.
If I saw somebody wear this, just completely honest, I'd be like, oh, this is a look. But then like while you were talking, it kind of just made me think like, it doesn't matter if it's a look. Like if it's offensive and like you shouldn't wear it.
It's such a like diminished version of how they would wear it at all, like point blank period.
All the things in Black Panther were made up. It's really not like you're appropriating any specific culture because it's a made up culture.
Can anybody like non-black wearing this?
Because I think Black Panther was for everybody. It wasn't just for one specific race or culture, as long as you're not painting your face black.
Let's be honest, you know, things that are black are always cool in America.
Black Panther, when it came out for like the Native community, we felt it. And a lot of kids on the res, it spoke to them.
I think there's a connection that people make with superheroes that really transcends race to some extent.
I'm offended.
Yeah, I'm offended and I'm not even Mexican.
If I'm Mexican, do I want this to represent our culture, our people? Is this the image that I want? Not really.
A real Mexican would never wear this. This shirt, I don't know what the shirt is supposed to be, like why there's fringe there. Was he in battle? Is he supposed to be a drunk, right? And then there's that association,
That was my,
right, of Mexican men specifically being associated with alcoholism and drinking and being violent.
This is just problematic on so many different levels.
We all don't look the same. We don't dress the same. We don't speak the same language. There's over 300 different languages.
This is a thriving and living culture.
When I see someone wearing a war bonnet, it is disrespectful. I can speak to the plains style bonnet headdress. Each feather is a counting coup, so they were earned. It's an eagle feather, which are sacred animals to a lot of different tribes. These aren't eagle feathers, of course.
A part of the reason that it's hard for some non-natives to see how this is problematic because it's so part of like this warped history that them and their family and this country is really kind of created for them.
Right.
That like, this is your identity, we're Western, we've conquered this land.
Before you go ahead and, hey, I want to dress up as an Indian, think about it.
To me, this is okay. They're just dressing up as their favorite character from a movie.
Mulan is the only few like representations in American culture of like Chinese, of like Asian. I just want them to celebrate the character.
Right. You really should start your kids from young to really understand certain cultures so that we don't grow up like insensitive to things.
Yeah.
Nah.
I got it.
No.
I'll take it.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
This is an image of Barack Obama?
Yeah, this is offensive.
If you truly appreciate this celebrity and truly appreciate this figure, you could support them in different ways rather than wearing their face.
Yeah. And like, if you want to dress like Obama, wear the viral tan suit he wore and wear like an Obama, 2016 pin or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to wear a mask.
For me, it's just a disrespect to that person,
Right.
to that person's legacy, to that person's history.
It's a Señora Sugar Skull. I wouldn't think it's offensive.
I don't know if they're just trying to be Latin.
Dia de los Muertos has become very popular.
Yeah.
It's about honoring, family members, friends, people who have passed. It's not really like sexy time.
To kind of like diminish it to like a tutu with sugar skull material, I think that's disrespectful.
You can't wear culture like this. It's lived.
So looking at the packaging, it's really interesting how the guy in the picture has slanted eyes, but it looks like he's not Asian.
I think it's funny. Like, as a matter of fact, a lot of people dress up like this. I will be
it's a
one of
comment.
them
So you
bouncing
don't
into
think
each
this is
other.
offensive?
The point I think it's offensive is the head.
The head?
Nobody get their hair like this in Asia.
This may be one of the things I might just rip off somebody's head because, what are you gonna do?
I just start thinking about people I know who have worn this and thought it was funny because they smoke a lot of weed and they're yeah, I'm a Rasta. And it's so easy for you to just be I don't see the big deal.
We have gotten made fun of, fired, and all of these different things for our natural hair.
I'm not Jamaican and I'm highly offended by this.
Rastafarianism is an actual religion that people practice. Getting dreads is actually something that's deeply spiritual.
You know how hip hop culture is very big in China.
Yeah.
And they would, there
the
are
braids
Asian
and
girls
stuff,
wearing
yeah.
braids. Are you okay with that? Okay.
Yeah, no. I just think
I'll
it's
keep that in mind.
Disney princess Pocahontas.
Her name is Matoka. She was 15 years old. She was kidnapped. She was raped by John Smith.
If in 2019, the only costume that you can come up with is a Pocahontas costume, then that says a lot about one's creativity and also one's just cultural sensitivity.
I don't think a non-native or a native should wear a native-themed costume.
I'm disgusted. This is the only thing that they associate Native people with, being a Pocahontas or, Pocahontas.
It's just a ridiculous costume in general.
We are constantly disrespecting Asian community, constantly disrespecting Latinx and African Americans and so on and so forth. This country is so embedded in hate and hating one another that's why these things are so offensive.
Your appearance reflect yourself, and how you dress yourself reflect how you understand the world, and apparently you don't understand the world that much.
We are more than a mustache and a sombrero, but when we're reduced to that, it makes me feel small, right? It makes me feel like I don't belong here when I do, that I don't have history here, which I do.
So much has been taken from us in this country. Of course, it's easy to dehumanize us and not understand what we're talking about when we talk about land rights, when we talk about water rights, when we're talking about all these issues, and you're like, I didn't even know you existed. I just thought you were the costume next to the wizard.
Conversations like these aren't easy, but I think it's important to have them because the concept of being comfortable is a very white, heteronormative concept. But if you're not able to get past the discomfort that these conversations create, then you're always going to have these instances every year of having to have these conversations.